Oh shit, my camera's dirty as fuck. But right now, I'm on my way to go ghost hunting, and I don't know if this is gonna end up on the internet. And I'm going with one of my friends, so I'm not like fucking crazy. Okay, I'm not just doing this by myself. So I might vlog this whole endeavor. If I see a ghost, this is going on the internet. Just know that now. I don't know if this is gonna end up like the cops involved. I'd pray to God not. Should we really break in? It's a cemetery. Isn't that like really disrespectful? Is it? Comment down below if it is. But that's basically the whole move. Go find a ghost and get possessed by it. Oh my God, never mind. I don't know why possessed came to my mouth. No possession. So, what happened last night? Oh, and I'm eating, I almost said a cucumber, cantaloupe. Don't pay attention to the dream catcher. Really just keeps my mental state clean. As you guys saw, last night's vlog was gonna be me finding a fucking ghost in the middle of a cemetery. So what was going on was we finally go to the cemetery, this one that I've been to before, I thought. Maybe I've never been there. I'm starting to think I went to the wrong one. We go to this cemetery, we show up, and I'm ready as fuck. But the thing is, all the gates shut, fenced all around. And so I'm like, what's the only choice? We're either going over the fence or we're going under it. And so we go, we walk right up to that main front entrance thing, and there's a space probably this big underneath the entrance gates, because it was gated. Like there was that much of a space. So I easily could have crawled under. And so I did. And I'm underneath, and then this girl I'm with is on the other fucking side. Looking like a fucking maniac. She goes, I'm scared. No! I was like, what the fuck do you mean? I just did it, like we're here. And so she stands out there like somebody who escaped an insane asylum. She was standing outside of the cemetery, because from the road you couldn't see me. You could only see this crazy girl standing outside the cemetery, just facing in. She was facing the gate of the entrance to the cemetery. And then I am just standing there waiting. I'm like, come on, what are you doing? She continues to stand there right next to the fucking road with multiple cars driving by. Let me remind you, when I snuck under this fence, there was no cars around. So I said out loud, I was like, now is the time, like, let's go. And so I crawled under the fence. I had to be the leader in the scenario because I wanted to find a fucking ghost. But so I'm on the other side of this gate, this cemetery gate. I'm looking around behind me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm here. It was actually really horrifying. I was just standing there, literally looking all around me. There's all these buildings. I'm like, oh my fucking God. You could just tell there was some aura. That was what I came for, you know? I wanted the little spook of hunting a ghost and finding a ghost. And so this girl is on the other side of the fence. Should I just like give her a code name? I don't know why I would give her a code name, but like maybe I should. I'll call her Jessica. But so I'm on the other side of this cemetery gate, and Jessica is still outside from where we just were. And it's probably been like 3 or 4 minutes at this point of me being like, come on, please, like we drove all the way here for this. Just crawl underneath the gate. It's really not hard. I was just confused. I keep going at it. I'm like, come on, we're here. Let's just do this. If it's scary, we'll leave. And so finally, Jessica agrees. She drops to the ground and starts shuffling under the fence. But she, I don't know for what reason. So these are the two doors, okay? This is the gate. And then they were kind of angled up a little bit. You get what I'm saying? They're like this. So there was more of a space right here from the ground to there. There was like a big ass cement block right here, like on both sides. I was like hiding behind that so you couldn't see me from the road. And Jessica's right here. She's just standing in front of the gate part, and then she goes, fine. And so she finally does it. She drops to the ground. And so I went underneath that part, so it was easier. But then Jessica, she drops to the ground over here where there's like no space at all. And she starts going through, and then her ass gets stuck. And so she's shuffling out, and some dude from his porch, like a block away, goes, you better get away from that cemetery. I'm calling the police. And so I drop back to the fucking ground, shuffle out from this cemetery, and then we just go. We start walking. We're like, fuck, like, do you think he's gonna call the police? But like, why would he, you know? Like, I could be visiting my grandma for all you know. And so in the car on the way there, we were talking about skinwalkers. And if you don't know what a skinwalker is, look it up. It's terrifying. It's shit that'll literally keep you up at night. Guys, so I did a really bad job explaining this in the video because I had no idea I was even gonna post this. What we have here is the gate where we went in. So let's just say house, window, whatever the fuck. I fucked this drawing up. Now this is a street. Got it? There's no house. This is a road. It was probably this dude's house. He yells, I'm gonna call the cops. And so from there, we're like, okay, let's go back to the car and leave. But we couldn't just walk back here to the car, which was parked on this street. So we walked from here
all the way back around, like behind the whole subdivision, made a full ass like square, and then right at this corner is where that cat started chasing us.
And so we had to walk all the way back around, and then once we got to the back of this block and we were just walking straight forward, there was this black cat, and we were like, that's a motherfucking skinwalker. It literally crossed our path. I know that's like a whole big superstitious thing. The bitch went from this side of it to the other. Moving on. We were freaked out by it. I like shined my flashlight and its eyes went, and you know how cats usually get scared and just run away? This fucking cat like stood in this person's walkway up to their house and it just like watched. It didn't like go behind something. It didn't try to get away. It stared. It watched us the whole fucking time. And it was dark as fuck outside. It was like 11:30, and so this cat was blending in. We walked by this cat. She goes, don't look at it in the eyes. And I was like, oh my fucking god, you're right. And so we kept walking faster and faster. There was like no more house lights anymore except for like the street lights, which are like every like 50 feet or something. So there's a lot of blackness in between and shadows from trees. We walked past the cat that was on this like sidewalk thing to someone's house, and I turn around. It's like going off of the sidewalk to follow where we were going. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it's definitely a skinwalker. Like, tonight's the night that we go out. And so we keep walking, and she keeps saying, don't look. But I keep fucking looking because I want to know what the bitch is up to. There was these black patches in between the streetlights, so I couldn't see if it was following us or not. So I made the decision to turn on my phone flashlight and then shine it back behind us, where I see in the middle of all this black, like, shadowed section, 2 glowing fucking yellow eyes. Like, look up and then, like, look down. And I couldn't see him anymore. I was like, oh, what the fuck do you mean? And so we start walking fast as fuck. I forgot I was eating a cantaloupe. But this cat was just following us. Obviously, I've seen cats outside before. And usually when you try to get close, they run off. I've never seen, like, an outdoor cat do that. This bitch was following us down the sidewalk. And so finally, we're, like, 5 houses away from my car, and we're like, okay, like, we're in the clear. And then we hear the sirens go off. There's cops. And we start running to the car. We start sprinting at full speed. Thinking back to it, what would the cops do? You know, like, my whole story, my plan the whole time, my grandma's here. I thought I had a right to visit her. But so we hear the sirens go off. We get in the car. I've never started the bitch so quick. We zoom off. And then now back, we were like, oh my god. We were going down the street from where we just walked and where the cat was just following us. And we drive back. And she was like, okay, look for the cat. Look for the cat. I'm looking on the left side from where we were just coming from, because that's where I thought it would be. And then she goes, there it is, there it is, there it is. And it's on the right side of the road, like close to where the car was. It crossed the road and got close to our car. It was actually scary as shit. But so then afterwards, she was like, now what do we do? I was like, do you want to go to another cemetery? She was like, no. I was like, Jessica, come on, what the fuck? But anyways, Jessica was not down to go to a second cemetery. But so then I dropped her off at home and we didn't find any ghosts. I was so disappointed, so upset. And this is the point where I was like, should I go back and do it myself? I don't know for what, but I wanted to find a ghost last night. Really bad. But yeah, that was basically my whole story of being chased by a skinwalker while I was ghost hunting. Hope you guys enjoyed this shit. Like and subscribe. Bye.